we're featuring is tulle pants, and that's exactly what it is, pants. Have you heard of these Shreddies, right? They are pants for men. They are intimate apparel, as they're called on the website. Shreddies underwear range. They are, here's what their website says. Breaking new ground in 3 ways. Adjustable support, comfortable, effective package enhancement, and flatulence filtration brackets with carbon. Paul O'Leary is the inventor of Shreddies, based in Loughborough. Paul, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Linda.
What is this all about? When I got this email, I thought it was a wind-up.
Well, yeah, it is an amusing story, but our aims were quite serious, actually, because flatulence is a real problem for people who suffer from gastric disorders. I mean, everybody's heard of irritable bowel syndrome and food intolerances and Crohn's disease and stomach ulcers. All of these cause poor digestion, and the result is really, really malodorous flatulence. And it's such a social stigma for people suffering from it that their social lives are non-existent, and they also find it difficult to share an office or share a vehicle. A wedding invite is a traumatic dilemma for somebody who suffers from it.
I just thought that's something that men do, you know. Like
well, men do
boys
it.
From they're the age of nothing.
Yeah, and ladies too, I believe.
No.
And generally, it's kind of, it's okay, you know, you can smell it, but it's not going to empty a room. But for somebody who suffers from gastric disorders, then it would empty a room, and that causes them to stay in. So,
Shreddies, what do these Shreddies do that can help prevent that?
Well, we've used a technology which has been used in chemical warfare suits for over 20 years, activated carbon.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, seriously. It stops anything. As you can imagine, a chemical warfare suit, they can't muck about and risk anything getting through. However, the cloth that's used in them is a bit like cardboard and wasn't really suitable for using in a pair of underwear. But there's been a recent innovation local to us where there's now a flexible version of this activated carbon cloth, and the rear panel of our underwear, for men and ladies actually, fits very snugly to the body, and so as the wind passes through the carbon panel, all of the odours are taken out from it.
But then when you take your pants off at night, you don't expire at that point, no?
No, the activated carbon is amazing in terms of its filtration properties. It doesn't smell at all, and even after 100 washes, it remains 90% effective. So they really are very, very effective at what they do. And in comparison to what's currently on the market, which look like a pair of plastic bloomers, literally like wearing a bin liner, and that's what poor sufferers of bad flatulence have had to wear up until now. Now they can wear a pair of pants that look like a normal pair of pants.
Are you being taken seriously by retailers? Is it, you know, who's stocking your pants?
Well, Jeremy Paxman took our claims to a meeting with Sir Stuart Rose from M&S, and also in on that meeting was the technical manager of M&S, who subsequently called us and arranged a meeting with us a week later. We weren't prepared to divulge exactly how we'd achieved all of the claims that we're making over our pants, but they're very interested, and they would like to sell our pants under licence. However...
So Jeremy Paxman's waving the flag for you there, is he?
Well, he hasn't actually come out on the telly and said these pants are good, but we are going to be sending him a few pairs, and we hope that he will endorse the product, because I'm one of the very few people in the industry who stood up for Paxman and his claims that lack of support. I absolutely think he's right. I don't think there are any pairs of pants out there that offer good support for men.
Well, you've talked a little bit about the flatulence filtration system. What about the other claim that you make, effective package enhancement?
Yeah, it was a kind of a byproduct of trying to get the pants to fit really snugly to the body. Now, with ladies, that's not a problem at all because there aren't any appendages. But for men, unfortunately, that kind of gets in the way of getting a nice, snug-fitting pair of pants. So what we had to do was lift it all up out from between your legs. And as soon as we did that, everybody went, wow, I've never seen a pair of pants that made your packet look quite as good as that. So,
Linford Christie came to mind there, did it?
Sorry?
Linford Christie's lunchbox, huh?
Well, Linford Christie, I have on definite friend of his has told me that he didn't wear any underpants underneath his lycra running shorts. because he found them too restricting and chafing. That's why Linford Christie's lunch packet used to bobble about all over the place, as we were all well aware. But lifting up the men's packet has been done with a method that's never been used before. We have a sling which runs from hip to hip and is actually adjustable, so you can actually decide how much you want to lift your packet up. And you might change that depending on whether you're cycling or jogging or driving a car.
You see, I'm listening to you here, Paul, and I'm thinking, it started off quite credible. I'm now thinking, is this a wind-up? Is it April Fool's Day that we picked up on late? No?
I'll tell you what, actually, men's underwear is really, really changing, and the internet is changing it, because men have always kind of been a bit embarrassed about buying underwear over the counter. But now that they can buy on the internet, you'll find that internet underwear companies, they're innovating in all sorts of areas, and package-enhancing underwear are the best-selling internet product for men. So it's quite clear what men want. They want what women want. Women want push-up bras and bras that make them look like they've got a nicer figure. And men want the same too. They want to look good in their pants.
I must pay more attention then to that area. You call them Shreddies. What's the Shreddies thing? Because I looked at this and I thought, is this breakfast cereal?
Well,
Can you eat these?
Shreddies is a nickname for pants, and it's well known in the forces. Anybody who's grown up in a forces family like I have, it's kind of a nice affectionate term for underwear. I can hear my dad now saying, what are your Shreddies doing on your floor? Put them in the laundry bin, and pop into town, will you, love, and get me some new Shreddies. It's just been a nice colloquial, affectionate term. And all people who have been in the forces, or lots of people who live in the Commonwealth, know that term well.
Hence the term Shreddies Intimate Apparel. Paul, it's been great to speak to you. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. If you want to check out Shreddies yourself, there's the website. It's www.myshreddies.com. That's where you get all that information and even get a look at them. Still some of you sending in your texts, especially about Shreddies. Never again, says this person, will I ask for a bowl of Shreddies. If you see a pair of well-filled Shreddies, you should you think, well, he must have had his Weetabix this morning. Cheerio, Sugar Buffets. Thank you very much for that. There's a voice in Shorts Newton Abbey checking in this afternoon. Good afternoon to you. I'll see if I can get you a wee song.